The NFL is one of a kind. Across every era of the game, quarterbacks have defined and redefined how football is played. Each one brings something unique to the field, their own blend of skill, instinct, and grit to make things happen. Today, we're breaking down who the best quarterback is in every offensive skill category. These skills range from leadership to rushing ability. And yes, by the end, you'll find out who stands as the most clutch quarterback in NFL history. But before we begin, there's one thing to keep in mind. Every skill has one clear winner. At the end, we'll total up the results to see who truly deserves the title of the most skilled quarterback ever. Let's get into it with the first skill. We're starting off with quarterback release. When people think of a QB's release, they usually picture the throwing motion. But it's much more than that. A fast, efficient release is what separates the good from the great. It's the difference between hitting your receiver perfectly in stride or throwing it a step behind. It keeps the ball from getting swatted at the line and often saves you from being crushed when the pocket breaks down. We've seen all types: Philip Rivers' unorthodox motion, Brady Quinn's awkward style, Lamar Jackson's sidearm, and even Tim Tebow's long windup. But the master of the quick release was Dan Marino. The ball would leave his hand like a gunshot, instantaneous and precise. Defenders had almost no time to react. His release was so compact and explosive that he could still get the throw off as the defense closed in. Honorable mentions go to Aaron Rodgers for his smooth sidearm whip, John Elway for his rocket delivery, and Warren Moon for his flawless, effortless mechanics. But a fast release means nothing if you can't add serious velocity behind it, which brings us to the next skill: throw power. Now we're talking about raw arm strength, the ability to fire a football with velocity that slices through the air and pierces defenses. Brett Favre takes this category with ease. The man's arm was legendary, almost dangerous. And that's not an exaggeration. Favre was known to throw passes so hard they'd literally break his receivers' fingers. The stories from Green Bay are iconic. Teammates would brace themselves just to catch one of his bullets. Honorable mentions here are loaded. Michael Vick could flick his wrist and launch it 75 yards downfield. Josh Allen shows off his cannon on a weekly basis. Patrick Mahomes has turned sidearm lasers into an art form. John Elway and Jay Cutler both had bazookas for arms, and even young Anthony Richardson has already proven he belongs in that conversation. But having a cannon doesn't automatically make you great. To be truly elite, you need to understand when and where to use it. That's where football IQ comes in. Now we move to the mental side of the position: football intelligence. This is about dissecting defenses in real time, anticipating coverages before the snap, and making lightning-fast decisions that can flip the outcome of a drive. Peyton Manning is the undisputed genius of this category. He didn't just beat defenses with throws, he beat them with his brain. Manning would diagnose plays at the line, anticipate adjustments, and counter them instantly. He was essentially playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers. No one has ever commanded an offense pre-snap like he did. The honorable mentions here are football savants in their own right: Aaron Rodgers with his mastery of audibles, Tom Brady's situational awareness, and Andrew Luck's quick processing under pressure. But as smart as you are, it doesn't matter if you can't stay on the field. Which brings us to the next crucial skill: toughness. This skill is all about heart, grit, and the will to rise no matter how many times you're knocked down. Matthew Stafford stands as the gold standard for quarterback toughness. His ability to deliver with pinpoint timing and placement while absorbing brutal hits in the pocket is unmatched. Just look at his career. Over a decade in Detroit, enduring punishment and injuries that would sideline most quarterbacks, yet he kept showing up and producing. Honorable mentions go to Andrew Luck, Joe Burrow, and of course, Brett Favre, whose Iron Man streak and refusal to sit out through pain leads us directly to our next skill. It might sound simple, but availability is everything in the NFL. The best ability is availability, as they say. It's about showing up week after week, no matter what your body tells you. Brett Favre is the undisputed king of this trait. He started 297 consecutive regular season games, a record that might never be broken. From September 1992 to January 2008, Favre didn't miss a single start, battling through fractures, concussions, and countless injuries that would stop others cold. His streak wasn't just toughness, it was pure dedication to being there for his team. The honorable mentions include models of consistency: Tom Brady, Fran Tarkenton, Philip Rivers with 240 straight starts, and Drew Brees, who barely missed any games after his early career injuries. All those traits are vital. but none directly translate to on-field success like the next skill: precision. Accuracy is the art of putting the football exactly where it has to be, threading it through defenders and hitting receivers perfectly in stride. It's the line that divides good quarterbacks from the elite. Drew Brees is the embodiment of this skill. Sports science once described his accuracy as supernatural. His completion records speak volumes, but it was more than numbers. He could hit a dime from any angle, any pressure, any situation. Honorable mentions include Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, Kurt Warner, and Tom Brady, all masters of precision. But even then, I wouldn't call Brees the best thrower of the football. That title belongs to another skill entirely: arm talent. Pure arm talent separates the good from the jaw-dropping. These are quarterbacks who make throws that defy logic, off balance, across their body, or 50 yards downfield without setting their feet. That's Aaron Rodgers. He makes impossible throws look casual, delivering perfect spirals from awkward positions like it's second nature. Honorable mentions: Kurt Warner, Dan Marino, Peyton Manning, and of course Patrick Mahomes. But today's game demands more than just arm talent. Now mobility is part of the equation. Enter the best running quarterback ever. This isn't about escaping sacks. It's about turning defenses inside out with your legs. It's about redefining how the position is played. That's Lamar Jackson. With over 6,200 rushing yards in just 104 games, he didn't just break Michael Vick's record, he obliterated it. The first quarterback in history with multiple 1,000-yard rushing seasons, Lamar's speed, vision, and agility are unmatched. Honorable mentions: Cam Newton, Michael Vick, Jalen Hurts, Randall Cunningham, and Fran Tarkenton. But running alone doesn't win games. You need to inspire, to lift your team when everything's collapsing. That's where leadership comes in. Leadership is the unseen force that separates legends from the rest. The calm in chaos, the belief that sparks comebacks no one else sees coming. And nobody embodies that better than Patrick Mahomes. He's led the Chiefs to 7 straight AFC championships, proving his ability to elevate everyone around him. He even won a Super Bowl in a season where his team led the league in drops, a first in NFL history. His comeback magic is unmatched, and his teammates know that with him, no game is ever over. Honorable mentions: Tom Brady, nearly a coin flip with Mahomes, Peyton Manning, Dak Prescott, Joe Montana's icy composure, and Jalen Hurts' unshakable focus. But leadership only matters when it leads to results under pressure, which brings us to the next, and perhaps most defining, skill of them all: clutch performance. Clutch performance is what separates good quarterbacks from legends, those who crumble under pressure from those who rise above it when everything is on the line. And no one defines that better than Tom Brady. Brady's 7-2 record in playoff clutch situations speaks for itself, and his late-game drive success rate ranks among the all-time best. But it's the unforgettable moments that define his legacy. Leading the Patriots to their first Super Bowl win over the Rams with Adam Vinatieri's kick, erasing a 28-3 deficit against the Falcons, and countless fourth-quarter comebacks where he simply refused to lose. The honorable mentions here are Patrick Mahomes and Joe Montana, both masters of poise under pressure. And speaking of Montana, that leads us to the next skill: playoff risers. These are the quarterbacks who elevate their play when the lights are brightest. They don't just maintain their level, they ascend. And for this category, there's a three-way tie between Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, and Joe Montana, the ultimate postseason performers. Mahomes has earned 3 straight Super Bowl appearances, knocking off heavily favored teams with ease. Brady holds the record for the most Super Bowl victories ever, his playoff heroics spanning decades. And Montana went a perfect 4-for-4 on football's biggest stage, his 1989 playoff run standing as one of the greatest ever. Honorable mentions go to other playoff warriors: Eli Manning's 2 Super Bowl triumphs, Jalen Hurts' back-to-back Super Bowl appearances, and Matthew Stafford and Josh Allen's clutch postseason moments. With that said, only a few skills remain, and the next is perhaps the most impressive of all: longevity. This one belongs entirely to Tom Brady. No one has sustained elite play for as long as he did. Playing at a championship level into his mid-40s, Brady turned longevity into an art form, adapting his style, perfecting recovery, and redefining what aging means in professional football. Finally, there's one last consideration. Not a skill, but a thought experiment. If you were starting a brand new NFL franchise and could pick one quarterback from all of history, who would it be? For me, it's Patrick Mahomes. That's no slight to Tom Brady. He's still the GOAT. But Mahomes is the most complete quarterback we've ever seen. He combines elite arm talent, mobility, leadership, clutch performance, and playoff dominance in a single package. And when you total up all the winners, it ends in a fitting tie. Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes, it's no surprise, really. They're two of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play the game. From Dan Marino's pure passing to Drew Brees' surgical precision, Aaron Rodgers' arm talent, Lamar Jackson's rushing brilliance, Mahomes' leadership, Montana's playoff perfection, and Brady's timeless excellence, each of these skills builds upon the next. That's what separates the good from the legendary, not mastering one ability, but combining several when it matters most.